This chapter focuses on strategic management. Strategic management provides overall direction to the company, defining the organization's objectives, developing policy and plans designed to achieve those objectives, and then allocating resources to implement the plans. Let's define terms. What are resources? Resources are the company's assets that can be deployed or used. Not all resources are equal. One of the themes of this course is that your most valuable resources are your employees. Competitive advantage. Competitive advantage is a company's ability to offer or give greater value to their customers or potential customers. Sustainable competitive advantage. You achieve this when other companies cannot duplicate the value you offer to your customers. So take a minute and ask yourself, what is Apple's competitive advantage? Apple made using computers easy. Back in the day, if you used anything other than an Apple, you needed to learn how to program in BASIC. Apple developed the mouse interface. They continue to innovate. Today, their best tool is iTunes. No one has been able to replicate iTunes. Amazon has come close, but Apple remains the easiest interface available. This slide goes deeper into sustainable competitive advantage. Valuable resources allow companies to improve their efficiency and effectiveness. For a sustainable competitive advantage, valuable resources must also be rare resources. Think about it. How can a company sustain a competitive advantage if all of its competitors have similar resources and capabilities? Consequently, rare resources, resources that are not controlled or possessed by many competing firms, are necessary to sustain a competitive advantage. Imperfectly imitatable resources are those resources that are impossible or extremely costly or difficult to duplicate. Valuable, rare, imperfectly imitatable resources can produce sustainable competitive advantage only if they are also non-substitutable, meaning that no other resource can replace them and produce similar value or competitive advantage. So now that we know some of the ins and outs of competitive advantage, let's look at the strategy making process. There are 3 steps. First, we need to assess the need to make a strategic change. We most likely have a strategy in place. If it's working, great. Could it be better? If we decided we could do better, we conduct a SWOT analysis. The final thing we do is choose a strategic alternative. Let's look at each of these in more detail.